All right, everyone, here we go. Welcome to the Equinox Energy reading. This is going to be some powerful shit. Before I shuffled this pre-shuffle, I got a feel for the energy. I've felt it ever since yesterday's reading where I got cock-blocked on a cure for cancer, and I had to pull a 3 card as to why that's happening. This Equinox energy this year, the universe is not fucking around. This is do or die energy. Change is inevitable, okay? And again, we've been talking in recent readings, we've been smelling it coming, haven't we? You know, your person not able to stay where they are, to keep the status quo. That's been building for quite some time. Change occurs for you as well, okay? Well, right now we're going to pull on the incoming energy. In the extended reading, I'll probably look at what happens on both sides if it doesn't show up here. But for the runners, it's do or die. And I don't mean literally die, but I mean change is inevitable here. And you'll see it in the pre-shuffle. You'll see why my mind was blown. That said, this is an all signs reading. It doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading. All right, it's very powerful reading right here for sure. This is an incredibly powerful equinox. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is only timeless because you're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. This equinox energy is in the moment type energy, okay? And it really is do or die. I mean, the universe took it to literal terms here. Knight of Cups. Got to go and live life by the cup. Got to do it. Got to open up. And there it is. 3 of Cups crossing the Knight of Cups. Opening up. The flow of water. The flow of emotion. Got to. They're again, as we've seen in recent readings, someone here is having some kind of some serious spiritual shit awakening, you know, toward what's important to them. They can no longer sit in what they've been sitting in. The status quo no longer can hold. This is an energy of incredible change. It's still being fueled by Lionsgate. To be honest with you, that energy is still dissipating around, that course correction and all that North Node energy. It is do, right? Do these 2 cards or die. The death card came out as the 3rd card. I damn near shit myself because I've been feeling this energy for a long time, and that's what it is. That's all we need of the pre-shuffle. It's change. And we've been reading this death card. Every time I've pulled this for at least the last month, I said it's just an energy of change. It's here. It is upon us. It is in the pre-shuffle. It is bookending a Knight of Cups. They have no choice. It's time to speak up, and if they don't, they end up in some serious depression. I mean, they end up in some shit. We'll go a little further if you want. The Ace of Cups is underneath that. Again, holding on. It's time to release. This is like a volcano right here. It really is. It's like a fucking volcano. And if you want one more, the 8 of Wands is underneath that. All right? But the real pre-shuffle is the Death card, book ending, the Knight of Cups. But I'll go 5 like I usually do at least. 8 of Wands. It's forward movement. It's an energy of communication here. Someone needs to spill the beans. They've been trapped in this cup getting toxic for a long time. Their life has been toxic for a long time, past its expiration date. This equinox is massive change. We're going to go pretty deep in this reading. That's just surface energy. Any fuckwit can give you that reading. I'm a super fuckwit. I'm going to go a little deeper. Let's go. Let's shuffle the deck here. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle with the effect of the equinox energy universe. This first card out is before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? That pre-shuffle, lately the pre-shuffles have been blowing my mind. They've been so damn literal, it's ridiculous. I mean, that is, as we've seen in recent readings, it's like I said the other day in a 3 card, the universe has some kind of plan. It's like intent, and it doesn't want to talk about its plan. It's telling the DF to just sit tight, worry about your lessons. Change is there for you as well, obviously. We're all affected by this energy in our own way. But for the runners, it is a massive spillage of that Ace of Cups. And the universe is pushing change all around them. Probably some fights will happen on their side. There's no doubt about it with that volatile energy I pulled on. First card out, before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? forward movement. It's Leo energy. That's passionate forward movement. It's a strength card. The lion has one of the roses from the Two of Cups in his mouth. You go ahead and try and take that. Yeah. It's that same energy I pulled on the strength card the other day in a random reading I did at some night, I forget, a couple nights ago or whatever. Yeah. Go ahead, you try it. Nothing's going to get that rose out of their mouth. There's an energy of determination around that, fearless determination on some level. Okay? Again, I think I pulled a reading yesterday where I talked about they're all out of coins for the excuse machine. They are. You saw it in the pre-shuffle. That's an energy of all out of coins for the fucking excuse machine. There was nowhere to go in that pre-shuffle but communication. The Ace of Cups has become volatile and toxic. They're holding on to it too much. It's building, it's building, it's building. The energy of change is around them. They know what they want to do. The Eight of Wands bookends the Knight of Cups. It's that simple. What comes after the Strength card? The Moon. Oh, it's all coming up from the depths. It's all I'm drawn to on this Moon card. I always see sometimes I see the dark, the things they keep secret, right? Sometimes I see fear because the moon, you know, we always, like the horror movies and all that, Little Red Riding Hood running through the moonlit woods. Now all I'm drawn to are these trees lit up, just lit up. It's all there. They've got to face it. They have, part of the change for the runners is to face the fears. What did I say just a few minutes ago? What did I pull on the other day? When I couldn't do a cure for cancer, I tried 5 times and it wouldn't give it to me. I said, they run out of coins for the excuse machine. You can see those trees, right? Well, they could see those trees that are normally hidden too. Let's go. Let's give ourselves a reading here. All right. All right. Give me the soulmate cycle, universe, with the effect of the equinox. September 2022. I can't even believe it's September. I can't believe it's a fucking equinox. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. Give me a reading. Okie dokie. I ask, I receive. Oh, this is interesting. I can't wait to see what's fueling it. It's a Page of Swords. That doesn't surprise me. It's disappointment. Remember, around your person, Page of Swords is disappointing messages. Someone who's disappointed in themselves. Someone who shows up maybe smaller than what they really mean. It's just, you thought it would be bigger. You know, that kind of thing. It can be a spying energy, but it's not here. This is that I'm not going to do it because I make Ireland cry all the time back last year. I don't want to make an entire country cry. I like the Irish people. You know, I love redheads. So, you know, it's like Mecca for me over there. But I've got the stars here I'm drawn to. Whenever I'm drawn to these little colored dots here around the little barn owl, nothing compares to you. And they know it. And they're disappointed in themselves for not acting on it sooner. What's fueling this? I don't know. I'm yapping around. The Five of Wands. Yeah, it's an inner conflict, but it's minor. You know, it's somewhat, I said they're disappointed in themselves for not acting on it. Well, that's what that is. You get disappointed in yourself. You know, you walk down the street, you fuck something up, right? You walk down the street, you talk to yourself. Why did I do that? Why did I'm such an idiot. I'm so fucking stupid. That's Five of Wands. It's nonsense. Oh, Jesus, this is unreal. It isn't enough to stop anybody from coming in. Sometimes lately we've been getting the Five of Wands as the energy of your connection, and it's nothing. It's just a thin veil between you and them having a real conversation. Reading's on the flip. Right here's the energy around the connection. Right here's how your person's behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. Right here's the hidden message, a message from the universe. I'll tell you what she says. It's red with the energy of the connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. All right, I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards over the top. This is some spiritual shit. This is some powerful shit. So you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are, there's going to be a link for it extended in the description. This equinox is not to be missed. I'm glad you're getting information about this powerful energy, because the people that don't know about it are going to be rattled by this equinox. We'll go ahead and let the runners be rattled. All right, we'll go ahead. Well, I'm okay with that. All right, but not you guys. You'll be all right. Just look at what you've learned here, and you know, maybe write out a map of where you'd like to go. We'll see. Right here is the energy around the connection. First card out. What is it? King of Wands. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We're going to see some change in that King of Wands. That's all of this whole reading, the overall energy is disappointment, right? And someone getting the strength to do something about it, because we had the strength card over here before the cut. This is what they're disappointed about. The energy around this, there's a lot of phoniness around this, a lot of puffing up that somebody's been doing. Outward appearances aren't what they seem is kind of the message there in the energy of the connection. The energy of the connection right now, it's a bit deceiving, you know. It should result in communication. It's very weird energy. I'm not quite sure how to portray it other than puffing up. It's very strange. How are they behaving in the 3D? Maybe this will help. Hangman. Yeah. The more they do nothing, and what did I say in the pre-shuffle? Change or die. Change is inevitable. And right here is the Hangman. They know what they need to do. They've got their new perspective. The bat's eyes are lit up. I'm drawn to that. And again, the more they do nothing, the more disappointed they get in themselves. There's a phoniness around the surface energy of this connection. I still can't pinpoint it. I will be clarifying, but also this is bookending the soul. This might tell us something. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah. The fear, as we learned from the Strength card, there wasn't any fear around that Strength card. It was a steely-eyed lion with a rose in his mouth, you know. You need good luck taking that rose out. Again, they know what they have to do. They are aware of it. There's fundamental changes that have happened around this person. Change is happening. They need to get some perspective on that. And every time they do, they want to revert back to their old ways. Fear doesn't belong in the soul. Holding back, any holding back they do is fake. It's phony. It's puffing up. You know, it's that kind of thing. Again, that disappointment is driving them. Much like rage drives the Hulk, disappointment is driving the runner. And there's a fear you'll say no. There's all kinds of fears deep down here on the soul level. All right? That change is inevitable, though. Again, this is going to be one of those readings where we're going to have to clarify when we always do. It's very interesting. What's the message from the universe? Red with the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it feels like it. King of Wands. Right here. Yeah, nothing compares to you. It's the same thing I told you about these little dots. And no, I am not going to sing like Sinead, redneck Sinead. I will not do it. Nothing compares to you. It's right there. The 8-point buck with rainbow antlers. Somebody here is getting real. This here is stability. It makes this king is unstable. The King of Wands makes you believe anything is possible. King of Wands will say anything. The King of Wands is the date that you sleep with and you wake up the next morning and you go sober and you go, I can't believe that line worked on me. I can't believe what I did. I hope I don't run into them somewhere. It's like that kind of energy. This is stability. This is the King of Wands getting real. This is bringing some stability to this energy. I see it. We'll see what happens here. What's red with the Hangman is the final outcome. Potential final outcome. I can't predict free will. What's the potential final outcome here? That doesn't surprise me. Change is inevitable. Again, do or die. If they sit where they are, they land in disappointment. This whole reading is just reeks of disappointment. Someone disappointed in themselves, so they lie to themselves and puff themselves back up to pretend that they're still great, that they did the right thing, looking at all kinds of different perspectives. At the end of the day, they can't keep this wand. They've got to only keep one. There's only one wand they can keep, and they got to get rid of this. If they stay in it, they're disappointed. They're afraid to move. I can see that with the Hangman in the 3D, and this is why they're Hangman in the 3D. Why are they Hangman in the 3D? Because down in the soul, they're holding back out of some kind of fear. The soul doesn't know fear. This is just an illusion. Okay, this is just the soul energy not getting through. I think the equinox changes that on a high level. They have no choice but to do something here. They have no choice. They can't keep watching. They can't keep hanging in the background. It's getting too much. There's something they want to say to you, for some of you, at the very least. They want to correct you. They want to set the record straight, even, for some of you. For others of you, they want to tell you how they feel, but they're afraid. Either way, at the equinox, within this energy, it's do or die. Change is inevitable. It's just the purest energy of change I've ever felt. You can either change with it, or it'll just change anyway around you, and then you're fucked. That's basically the way it works out. Let's clarify. Let's talk to the witches. Why is the King of Wands here? Why? Let's talk to the witches. I love clarifying with the witches with this animal deck. These two decks love each other, I swear. All right, here we go. King of Wands, why is it here? Give me some more info on this. It was hard to read. It's weird. It's hard to read, of course, because the King of Wands is hard to read. That's why your pants fall off. They make you believe anything is possible. It's hard to read. You can't tell. Are they for real? I don't know. Gosh, if they are for real, I should probably sleep with them. But I don't know if they're for real or not. But, you know, you always regret it the next day because they're full of shit. But you can't read it. It's tough. They're good at it. Like a sociopath. Brilliant. Pathological liars. All right, right here. King of Wands. Why is it here? Wow. This was the card that was at the bottom when I picked up the deck. It came back after all that shuffling and all my story about whatever. It's the Fool. Again, it's forward movement. It's a leap of faith. It's just, there's a moment at the equinox. The equinox is a bit, like I think I called it in a recent reading, a reconciliation energy. Like when you reconcile your checkbook, right? You balance your checkbook. It's that the energy is balancing. There's a reconciliation energy here because of the equinox, but it's fueled by change, by course correcting, getting back on the soul's true purpose, waking the soul up. I know your person's soul's awake because the Hermit keeps coming up. It's probably why there's so much fear here, why they're trying to block it, because they can't be this anymore. They got to be real. You're real. They have to be real to come talk to you. It's a leap of faith, but I think the King of Wands gets real, is what the universe is trying to tell us. What's on top? Yep. I'm right. That's one of the most real cards I can pull. That is the most solid new beginning in the tarot. It's the Ace of Pentacles. God, have we been seeing that a lot lately? Holy shit. Yeah. I'm not even going to talk about grandma on the freeway. It's slow energy. No. It's real. It's tangible. It's a solid new beginning. It goes with the these two are the same pentacle. This king holds this pentacle. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Three of Swords, yeah. They have to. They don't have any choice but to take the leap of faith. The Three of Swords, the main card that ends the separation phase in the soulmate cycle, there's a reconciliation of energy here. They are disappointed in their behavior. What did I tell you about this card with the Five of Wands crossing? I gave you a touching story of you fucking up an interview or fucking something up when you meet somebody and you're walking down the street talking to yourself. Why did I do that? Why the fuck did I say that? People walking by think you're crazy, you know, schizophrenic, out of your fucking mind, ready to call for the police. We got a 5150 here on the street. Come get, you know. But that's your person. They're basically walking around mumbling to themselves what an asshole they've been. Because they know your value. And when the energy balances, people come to their senses. And that's what's happening here. It's happening on a massive scale, even in the collective energy, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of coming to the senses, you know. I like to see that. It gives me a little bit of hope that we're not on the bad timeline. But either way, Three Swords. Yeah, they don't have any choice. It's time for a new beginning. They feel horrible. Under this equinox energy, they feel absolutely horrible for how they behaved. Which makes this Four of Pentacles all the more confusing. It does explain why in the 3D they're in the Hangman. You know, sort of suspended animation. There's fear, but fear doesn't live in the soul. So I've got a card that I threw for the soul that shouldn't be there. That means that the soul energy isn't getting through. I'd like to see a Hermit on top of this somewhere. Let's see. Hangman. Why is it here? Let's talk about the Hangman first. We'll get there. Hangman. Why is it here? Tell me about the Hangman. You know what? Let me kick a fan on here. It's getting warm. All right. Hangman. Let's go. Why is the Hangman here in the 3D? I know it's new perspective. I know his eyes are open. That bat's about to fly. Sort of. They don't have any choice. There isn't a choice here. This is going to be interesting. When I dig and go all Dr. Phil on this person in the extended, I know I'm going to find something. I know I'm going to find a devil is what I'm going to find. I'm pretty sure. All right, crossing the Hangman. Yeah, why are they in suspended animation? Change is inevitable. They have to change. They have no choice. Yeah, they don't. Seven of Cups. It's a Seven of Cups energy, but the energy is reversed. You know, there is only, it's sort of a boxed in kind of thing. I can leave it upright for you. I mean, the card is upright. I put my cards in upright. The energy is reversed. But it don't matter whether it is or isn't. Actually, it says the same thing. It's probably why the universe didn't reverse the card. Doesn't matter. There isn't a choice here. And the Hangman, they're going around in circles, and there's only one option. They can't stay where they are. Okay? And they're looking for a way to do it. I think that's why that's here. Because to come to you, you're a big deal to this person. I know you don't want to believe that. I know some of you doubt that by the way they treated you. Stop judging people by the way they treat you. Stop judging how people feel about you by the way they treat you. Okay? That is not, the two are not at all related. One is brain and one is ego and one is soul. How they feel about you. Usually people treat you the opposite of how they feel about you in today's societal energy. So keep that in mind a little bit anyway. What's on top here? Yeah, the Seven of Wands. Again, around and round in circles. But there isn't an option. Somebody here is going to have to make a move. Going to have to stand up and take what's theirs. Right? Stand up and fight for something. They can't keep this wand. This is one of the best cards that could have landed here in this reading. It's the Equinox reading. It's about change. Do or die. You either stick with the status quo and be depressed, or you move forward with the changing energy. You should always go with the flow of the energy. Otherwise, that's why they're in Three Swords. Really is an energy here of somebody who's very disappointed in themselves about how they behaved. It's clear here. It's clear here. Why is the Seven of Wands here? That's why. Because, look, King of Wands. You recognize him from such cards as this one. The King of Wands. Again, they're just a stubborn fucking energy. That's the only reason the Hangman is there. Someone is stubborn. But the change is inevitable. So there isn't a choice. They have no choice. This is, I assure you, reversed energy. They're trying to find, but this King of Wands backs up what I told you. Even if we read it as upright energy, this King of Wands is trying to find a way to save face. Is trying to find a way to keep what they got. Even though it's changing, because change means change, and change is scary, and they're going to have to behave better. And they already feel bad about how they behaved, and the King of Wands, when they start to feel bad, covers it up with a bunch of ego, retail therapy type things, or some kind of just puffing themselves up, talking about, oh, well, there's plenty of fish in the sea, so I fucked that one up, but it's nonsense. They feel just like anyone else. It's just so buried under piles of shit. Ego, mostly. What's here? Why is this here? I've been waiting to pull on it. Four of Pentacles. I almost said Four of Cups. I almost Freudian slipped Four of Cups because it feels less like fear and more like disappointment to me. But its reading is holding back. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? Tell me about the Four of Pentacles and the soul. It doesn't belong here. It doesn't mean anything here. The soul knows no fear. It is made of love. It is fearless. It has the map to your soul's true purpose, the path you're supposed to be on. And it ruthlessly tries to follow that map. And the brain just gets in the way because the brain is louder. Its brain is 3D energy. It's much louder. And most people listen to that because it comes with materialism attached and vanity and all kinds of things like that. Succumbing to compliments and all of that. That'll knock you off course, I tell you. All right, Four of Pentacles. Wow. Six of Cups. God, I don't even. That belongs in the soul. That's a beautiful card to have in the soul. It means the soul is awake to the connection. The soul's awake to the connection, and they're behaving King of Wands, right? They're trying to keep it at bay. They're trying to fight change that can't be fought. They're losing. They're going to lose. And they will not win. It's not possible. And what's on top? The change. They can't stop the change. The energy is changing. Okay? New cycles are beginning. We've been course corrected on the soul's true purpose. They've gone off course several times, been knocked back on several times, as we learned in recent North Node readings. They're still trying to fight it a little bit. There's something scary about approaching you. I know you think that's weird, but it's true. It's the only way I can phrase it. What's on top? 8 Wands. What'd I say? Forward movement. The change is happening anyway. It's going to happen. The energy around them is completely changing. They cannot stay the same. Again, I give my Arctic versus Miami analogy. They're sitting up there in the Arctic wearing their big winter coats and all kinds of snow boots and snowshoes, and the energy around them is changing to that of Miami. It can't stay in that outfit. They'll die. Are you kidding me? You will sweat to death. It is what it is. This is forward movement. This is inevitable here. Why is the Eight of Wands here? The King of Cups. Someone's going to tell you how they feel, but they're afraid to. That is a clear message from the universe. I'll give it to you like I always give it to you with this King of Cups from the witches. Look, he like 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water. There's no foot on the land. The water's coming in. All right? The water, there's no more time. There's an urgency that gets put in here. I believe that's true. And this Three of Swords is very strong. This King of Wands feels very bad. This fire energy that's been pissing us off for a long time feels really bad about this. Someone will, the universe is saying it's inevitable, they will reach out and tell you how they feel. They are afraid to. They're afraid to allow the energy of this soulmate connection, which is environmentally in their soul, to flow. They hold it back. They push it back. In the environment of their soul is your soul connection. All those past lives, almost feeling nostalgic for them, but not really being able to place where that nostalgia comes from. That's past life energy. They push it back. The universe here is saying the universe is pushing back. There's an urge. The urge to reach out is stronger than the urge to hold back during this equinox energy. And I believe that's amplified by Mercury moving back into Virgo. And I think we'll see that when I pull on that for sure. Let's go. King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Why? I mean, I know that my viewers, most of which are the DFs, are a rainbow buck with 8-point rainbow buck with rainbow antlers. I mean, I know. They know. But there's got to be more message here than that. It's an energy of stability. It does represent the King of Wands getting real. And this tells us why. Again, it's a repeating message of change is inevitable. You change, or, you know, it happens anyway. They sit in misery if they don't change with the energy, because the energy it's changing to is one that's made of cups. It's made of love. And if they're still sitting in this King of Wands crap, or this or any kind of pentacle-y type thing, worried about materialism and all that, it's not going to fly. Superficial won't fly in the new energy. It'll land them in towers. It'll land them in Four of Cups more than anything else. That's been a very very dominant card lately. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Yep. You represent to this. This is a message from the universe. It's separate from the reading, but it is read with the energy of the connection. You represent freedom to this person. You represent something completely new. You represent a chance to have a future. There is no future. They're driving down a dead-end road in their current situation. Whatever it is, how they're living, who they're married to, their family, how they structure their life, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's a dead-end road. And their soul is yelling at them because it's got a map. And it's like, hey, we're going to run into a wall. But this person just has been keeping driving 60, 70 miles an hour. And the universe is kind of saying, it's okay, they'll survive it because it's within the zone where the airbag still does something. But there's something about you. One of the things I said, something about you scares the hell out of them. You might say, well, why didn't they just turn the car around? This person's been programmed to behave this way. It's very strange. It's almost, whenever I read this energy, and it's especially true here, I get someone in a prison cell of their own creation. You know, but other people told them that the bars were there. They told them that it's just what life taught them. It could be parents, it could be whatever. Life taught them that they were in a cell, they were stuck. You made this decision, you're stuck with it. And it's wrong because they're not at all. And you showed them that. And that's, again, part of why they feel bad about how they behave, why they're kicking themselves, but they also feel small next to you. They want to talk to you, but they feel very small. But they have to. There's no choice here. They can't. Once you've seen this, once you realize you're not in a prison cell, you can't go back in the room and sit down and pretend it's a prison cell. All right? You just can't do that. All right. Once the illusion wears off, it wears off, and it's gone. There's no more energy for it to keep it, to sustain the illusion that they've been living under, or delusion, if you will. They are fucking delusional, there's no doubt. What's all top? 10 swords. What did I just say? 10 swords. It's a separate message from the rest of the reading. It's 10 swords. They feel this 10 swords has been coming up. 10 swords energy right now, especially with this equinox reading, but with a recent reading it was very strong too. That feeling, you can't be gone. If you're gone, you're the key to their freedom. You're the key to their future. If it's over, then it's heartbreak. You know, this is read with the Ace of Pentacles. These two cards read together in my reading mean, oh shit, I better get to stepping. I better do something before this is over. Because if this is over, if this soulmate connection is over, the ticket to my freedom, my future, you know, then it's 3 swords. Yeah, it's disappointment. That's one of the energies around that 3 swords. And then they really be kicking themselves. You know, it's almost like, to give it an analogy, it's like this person, they hate where they are, they have no future where they're at, and they heard about your retirement plan, and they love it. It turns out it's their dream retirement plan too. And if it's over with you, then there's no hope for that, and there's no hope, and they're just stuck where they are. That's just an analogy. It's just a way of explaining it. It's not an exact prediction. For someone it probably is, but it's just a way of looking at the energy. Why is the 10 swords here? The devil. It's stories they're telling themselves. It's not over. They've got a chance. You know, the devil creates fears. It's toxin within them that's led them to do this. They did this. They are the ones, they're the reason it's 10 swords. If it is 10 swords. They've put themselves in this position by waiting till the last minute, by being stubborn, by keeping this King of Wands behavior. They created their own 3 of Swords. And again, this ties to the illusion I was talking about. The illusion energy is over. 10 swords is here because the illusion energy, the devil energy around them, is gone. It's been dissipated. It's not a prison cell. They know that. Now they get it. But they still are afraid to do something about it because it's a bit of Stockholm Syndrome in a lot of ways. You know, I've given the analogy before. It's the same kind of thing. They've been in prison for 20 years. Going and getting free might sound cool to you, but you haven't been in prison for 20 years. It's scary. Now they got to go out in the real world. They got to have a real boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife with you, a real one. One that's a real relationship, one that's not all toxic and fighting all the time and, you know, based on nothing but superficial shit. That's scary to this person. The King of Wands is superficial shit. And this connection is some spiritual shit. It's the real deal. Give me the 2 of Wands. Why is it here? Final outcome. Let's go. They can't keep this. Change is inevitable. The pre-shuffle, man, blew my mind. Knight of Cups crossed by 3 cups of opening up, telling someone how you feel, all driven by death energy, which only reflects, currently, for me, change. That's it. David Bowie making an appearance here in our reading. Changes. And they need to turn and face the strain. Changes. They do. Why is that was my theme song. Why is the 2 of Wands here? Give me a final on this. What the fuck is this person going to do? Now this is potentially due. What are they likely to do? Alright? And I hope we get some good cards here. I truly do. Crossing the 2 of Wands, because the 2 of Wands could go either way, really. But I already know what's here. Anyway, it's the 7 of Pentacles crossing it. Yeah, they know exactly what to do. They on a bit of a smoke break. I always pick on this. Well, they are. Look, these cards here are red with the Hangman. And all the cards on top of the Hangman. Right there. There's my asshole on a smoke break. I'm the farm owner. I got fruit that needs picking. This son of a bitch standing around in a skirt, smoking a cigarette, chilling out. You on a break, motherfucker? I'm not paying you for breaks. You know, ain't break time by my watch. Somebody's on a break right now. They know exactly what to do. He knows his job. He knows he has to pick that fucking fruit. Alright? They know what to do. They know they can't keep this. Even the thought of keeping the status quo on their side disappoints them. Enacts that disappointment energy. Even just the fucking thought of it. Okay? So when it gets to that point, It's time to go. It's time to do something, right? Y'all felt that before, like with jobs, for example. Everybody, pretty much everybody watching has had a job that you just hated. You know, you couldn't quit because, well, you couldn't quit because you didn't want to quit till you had something else lined up maybe. But man, just the thought every morning you get up with dread about going to this fucking place. You know, it just drives you crazy. That's how they feel about their life right now, because you're their ticket to ride. You know, and for a long time, as the Beatles sang, they didn't care, right? You know, she's got a ticket to ride and she don't care. Whether your person's male or female, they've had a ticket to ride for a while here. And they haven't cared because the King of Wands don't care about shit. You know, except themselves. They know they have to pick that fruit. What's on top? Let's go. Six of Pentacles. That's some fruit picking right there. What they have on their side is out of balance. They've been fighting one of this person's main problems, trying to get my English right. One of this person's main problems is they give their loyalty and their love or their trust to the wrong people for the wrong reasons. This universe is splitting this energy for me. This is the wand they need to get rid of. All right? It's saying that it's not in balance. It's red with the Seven of Wands here. There's a struggle to get balance on this. Okay? Why is the Six of Pentacles here? The Queen of Swords. They're cutting it out. They are. Again, they're cutting out this King of Wands behavior. This Queen of Swords is red with the King of Wands. And she's got the Sword of Truth. And he's a lying sack of shit. That Sword of Truth kills the lying sack of shit. Okay? It's really that simple. I mean, I can steve it up for you just like that without putting any hocus pocus or fairies or unicorns on it. It's that simple. This is communication in my reading in the final outcome. The end result is exactly what the soul said. Somebody's coming to tell you how they feel. Might be a little bit cold and detached about it, mostly because they're scared shitless to do it. And they don't have a choice. Okay? They don't have a choice. They can't stay where they are. That's very clear in the energy lately. They cannot, and this is probably the last reading that'll have that message. I don't think the Mercury sliding back into Virgo will have this message of they can't stay where they are. But I do believe there is a conversation coming here. And I believe it brings a great deal. These two cards together for me, as the energy radiates and as I feel it, it's justice. I think there's an energy here of justice. And somebody trying to get happy. Somebody trying to soothe the disappointment over here, which is also pain and heartache. I know their heart chakra is open. How do I know that? Well, the strength card involves a lot of heart chakra, right? But I know the heart chakra is open on this person, and that's why the King of Wands is getting real, because the Three of Swords came out here. And you don't feel Three of Swords unless your heart chakra is open. It's not possible. It's a heart on the card. It's swords through the heart. Now, the King of Wands normally brushes it off. And just, well, whatever, I don't want to feel that. Whatever, I don't want to be feeling this. Distract myself with blah, blah, blah. I'll go bang 5 or 6 other people. That'll make me feel better. You know, or retail therapy. That'll make me feel better. No, they're feeling every bit of this under this energy. There's a lot of other energies in play, but this equinox energy, it's time for this person to get real. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's do 3 more cards. All right? I got a devil on the table and 10 swords. There's energy's always in layers. I could do a 2-hour extended just on this energy coming off here, this devil and 10 swords. Something's going on. What is the status quo that they can no longer keep? What the hell's going on with this person? And also I'm going to pull in the extended on how these changes are affecting you, because you're under an energy of change too. How are they changing? What's changing around them and what's changing around you? I might do a you versus them on that. Okay? Kind of a type of reading. And then we'll find out where this is going, because there's a conversation coming here. All right? And obviously I'll pull on whatever else I think I want to pull on. I almost want to pull on the King of Wands, strangely enough. I'm tempted. I might open with the King of Wands. Talk about why this behavior. Why have they been under this? Because they're very disappointed with themselves. It's very clear. Why? Because the energy is balancing. And when the energy is balancing under this equinox, this reconciliation energy, you get real. For a moment anyway, there's an energy of temperance around it. so to speak. All right, give me 3 cards. What else you want to tell everyone? Knight of Wands, 6 of Wands, Ace of Swords, and there's that 3 of Pentacles. I've been seeing it a lot lately. 3 Pentacles. 3 Pentacles crossing the 6 of Wands. God, this looks eerily familiar. This looks I don't know why, it just does. It's really strange. But either way, whatever. The heart chakra is open. The universe backing me up. Sometimes when I talk, it backs me up. Sometimes I get egg in my face. Today, I'm getting backed up. The green butterfly here represents change, and it's telling us also that the heart chakra is open. Because of that, somebody is building solid foundations. All right. Now, this is the part. This is your person. The Knight of Wands here. It's a brave, impulsive action. All right. But they are coming towards you with truth. I will say that. The Knight of Wands also has in his sheath the Archangel Michael's sword of truth. These 2 cards together kind of in a way talk about the Queen of Swords with the King of Wands. A little bit. You know, running the sword of truth right through the wand of assholeness over here. You know, a little bit of that. They are coming in. Somebody here, the heart chakra is open. They feel the energy of change. They know that it's a victory. I saw that with the Hangman. They know that there is something, a future with you, right? We saw it over here with the 9 of Pentacles crossing the King of Pentacles. It's just somebody here, this is an in and out energy. They're coming with truth, but again, it's what I told you. They're scared to talk to you so they can get out as fast as they come in. But somebody is coming to tell you how they feel under this energy. They have to. The amount of disappointment that's left over. Forget towers. Forget any of that. The 4 of Cups type energy is the dominant here. There's just so much disappointment floating around. It's unreal. What's under this 3 of Pentacles? Oh, a couple of cards. The Empress is bookending it, and it's sort of a High Priestess sandwich, right? Again, it's all driven by you. The energy that's changing around this person is their own inner feminine energy is coming up on some level. But it's again, all of this, the only reason they're not in despair is because there's still some hope to get you. It's all coming to the surface. If they follow their intuition, it leads them right to you. I think they are to a point following their intuition. The Knight of Wands tells me they're a little bit skittish about it, and so does the Page of Swords. But all of that's been explained in the reading. I'm not going to go back over it. This is just really disappointment, kicking themselves for their behavior. The energy around all of us is balancing. It's changing. Okay? There's a huge energy of change here, and you have to flow with the energy. You always do. If you try to swim against this current, it's just going to leave you disappointed. You're going to miss out on a lot of great things. So, that's your reading. I will pull on it. Again, I'm going to show you how it's affecting you in the extended. So if you want the extended, the link is in the description. I want it. We'll do some wicked voodoo in there. We got a lot to pull on. Definitely this 10 Swords and Devil, though, for sure. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.